I don't know if every kid was like this, but when I was younger, I wanted to speak languages more than anything. I remember I had this list of the 10 languages I wanted to learn. The reason I wanted to speak languages was because someone told me that to work at the UN, you had to speak a lot of languages. And at the time, I really wanted to work at the UN. I got older and I realized like, oh, I don't actually want to work at the UN. I like the idea of working at the UN, but the whole language learning thing stuck with me. I really still wanted to learn languages. I remember walking around with this like list of 10 languages that I wanted to learn, and I would show it to everybody and be like, these are the languages I'm going to learn how to speak one day. But then I never learned them. And at some point you realize like, oh yeah, one day has to be today, or it's just always going to be one day. Like at some point, one day has to be right now. And so for me, one day is right now, and I'm learning Spanish. I'm in the very early phases, but I'm committed. I booked a trip to Spain. I'm taking an intensive Spanish course for 2 months. I live in New York and Spanish is spoken all around me. Both of my neighbors speak Spanish. One of them only speaks Spanish, so it's very hard to communicate with her, and I would love if I could do that. Spanish is spoken in so many countries in the world. I just feel like having that skill would be really helpful for me. And also again, like I've always had this dream, and why not start with Spanish? And I think the reason why I always said like one day I'm gonna learn all these languages is because I thought that language learning would be easy. Like I know that sounds really naive, but I thought like, I already speak 2 languages, so I have such an advantage. I was born in Egypt, and I lived in Egypt for the first almost 2 years of my life. Arabic was the first language I learned. Even when we came here, we only spoke Arabic at home. So until I was about 5, I didn't speak any English. I only spoke Arabic. When I went to kindergarten at 5 years old, that's when I started learning English. And my mom actually reminded me the other day, I was in ESL classes. So I learned English as a person learning English as a second language. And so I thought that would give me some advantage in learning a third language. And maybe it has, and I haven't noticed, but learning languages is so hard. I know like it comes easier for some people. Some people's brain just works that way, but for my brain, it's been very difficult, and I really have to study it like I used to study in school, because otherwise it's not, I think a lot of us are under the impression that like if I surround myself with the language, then I'll absorb it, and that doesn't work that way. That's not a shortcut. So my methods so far have been booking this intensive course, which is gonna be in November, and I'm excited about that. In the meantime, I've been watching Spanish shows, but that's not something I can exclusively rely on. That's just so that my ear can get used to the language. But then I've also been taking Damon Dominique's Spanish course, and that I've been like, I have a notebook and I write down everything, and then I try to like do the homework and I try to build on it. I listen to a podcast in Spanish. Again, that's one of those techniques that's just like, I want to be surrounded by the language. But I think I'm coming to terms with the fact that a lot of it is going to be memorization, and I really was trying to get away from that. I really was trying to find a way where I did not have to memorize the words in Spanish. Like, sounds ridiculous, but like I do think that's a big part of it. But I'm excited, and I'm excited to be sharing my journey, and I'm excited to meet other people who are adults who are trying to learn languages, because I think it's going to be something that takes over my life in a good way.